Third, innovation. Innovation we know is crucial, but innovation for innovation's sake doesn't solve the problem. Just look at what happened with the vaccines. We have 8 vaccines, fruit of immense innovation, lots of different actors on the ground, but was it mission aligned? Did we actually vaccinate the world? No. Dr. Tedros, you yourself called the alarm bell when you called it vaccine apartheid. But it's not only about making sure that we have solidarity, bringing vaccines before the expiry date from the global north to the global south, but we need to make sure that the global south can actually produce the vaccines themselves. And this is why actually looking at business models and extractive business models is important. So if we look at intellectual property rights, and I'm talking way pre-COVID, during COVID, and post-COVID, they have often been structured very problematically. They are often too wide, just used for strategic reasons, too strong, hard to license, too upstream. So we actually privatize the tools for research. So this requires a redesign of intellectual property rights, governing them around the common good. We talk a lot about the common good in our report because it's actually missing from the political economy. We talk about the public good as though it's good, and it sounds good. There's 2 words, one is good. But if you look at how the public good is justified in economics, it's due to the lack of investment by some other actor, by the private sector. So the public sector has to fill the gap. The common good is about an objective. It's not just a correction. It's an objective that has to be ambitious, and the how matters as much as the what. And lastly, we talk about the serious need to build capacity. Industrial capacity, manufacturing capacity, governance capacity. So we have to build public sector capacity with a whole of government approach. Health is not just for health ministries. This is why we really embrace the need, and we've been talking today to the Brazilians who will be having the presidency of the G20, to make sure that every year we have health ministries, finance ministries, and ideally other ministries to talk about health for all through an all of government approach. Because if we don't do that, we're just going to have, interesting policies, maybe not, in health ministries or the environment ministries when we look at planetary health, but it doesn't affect how we model the economy. It doesn't affect how we think about economics and the economy. And John Maynard Keynes, by the way, one of the most famous economists ever, said practitioners on the ground who are trying to, do the right thing are often slaves of defunct economic theory. So to summarize, what we've tried to do in this report is to rethink the economic theory in order to redesign a very different type of economy that's people-centered and is planet-centered, and to work backwards and say, what does this mean for all these specific things like public sector capacity, like intellectual property rights, like the international financial institutions, which, if we're honest, have been part of the problem in terms of their design. So we can't just ask for more money, but different types of finance.